on the video stream here today. So this game on the radio and on the video. I'll be joined momentarily by our good friend from the Fond du Lac reporter, Sam Olson. He'll join us as part of today's action to provide some color commentary, again, up here in the press box. As you see on the camera right now, the rain continues to fall. It is a wet and soggy day today, and all the more reason to check out the video stream, of course, of the game going on here this afternoon. There were some great games last night around the area, and we take a peek at some of the final scores last night. Winnicott beat Waupun 35-14. That was on our sister radio station, AM 1170. Right here on 95 and 96.1 The Rock, the Fond du Lac Cardinals, they won over Hortonville in very exciting fashion, 20-14. Greg Stensland had the final call of the Fond du Lac game with 5 seconds left to go last night. Robbie, cue the clip.
5 seconds left to go from the 28-yard line. 5 receivers in formation. Cole steps up into the pocket. Looking, throwing into the end zone. Pass for Fredrickson. It's caught! Touchdown! Sam Fredrickson! 6 feet, 7 inches tall. Fredrickson comes down with the reception for the game-winning touchdown.
Again, that was the final call last night. Fond du Lac Cardinals get a win last night as far as conference play goes, and they improve and become playoff eligible with that win last night. Also, last night, Kimberly beat Appleton West 45-14. The Papermakers make state history and win their 49th consecutive game. Again, that is a state record. Berlin beat Ripon last night. Stevens Point over Marshfield. Along with that, Neenah beat Wisconsin Rapids, and Oshkosh North over Oshkosh West 35-13 last night. Plymouth dumped Campbellsport 35-6. New Holstein over Chilton last night 35-6, and Hartford beat Beaver Dam 14-0. In the Flyaway Conference last night, Omro dispatched Lemira 32-7. Laconia, they were a winner over Mayville 38-7, and Howards Grove in non-conference play beat the Orioles of North Fond du Lac at their house 24-21 last night. And we wrap up week number 7 of the high school football season here this afternoon with the Ledgers of Fond du Lac St. Mary Springs. Ledgers do take on the Vikings of WLA as I get Sam Olson all queued up and ready to go here this afternoon. Sam, good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. Last night was certainly a wet yet exciting game. Ready for another good one today, hopefully.
Yeah, very good. And it's a soggy field here. We'll see how the field conditions hold up this afternoon. We'll see how Eric Schmidt's health holds up, and if turnovers will play a part in today's game.
Right. For WLA, if they're to hang with Springs, they need to be careful with the football. Obviously, with the wet weather today, it's going to make holding on to the ball a bit of a challenge. So they cannot afford the turnovers we saw last week against Laconia to have any shot today.
You do those turnovers against a quality opponent, and it spells gloom and doom for any opponent taking on the number 1 team in the state in Division 6. We saw the Vikings turn the football over. I believe it was 4 fumbles last week, and plus an interception. So you can't do that here this afternoon.
No, absolutely not. I mean, if Springs takes advantage of those, which actually Laconia didn't even take advantage fully of those turnovers last week. If Springs gets opportunities like that, they're not going to let those pass by, and this one could get ugly if WLA is not careful with the ball.
Had an opportunity to sit down with Bob Highland of Springs and John Boggs of WLA. We'll have both of those coaches' interviews as your Holiday Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac pregame show continues next from Viking Field on 95 and 96.1 The Rock. welcome to those of you. Mary Springs. We'll have that interview now. Again, the Bob Highland interview on the pregame show.
This is your extended holiday Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac pregame show. It's on 95 and 96.1 The Rock and video streamed as well at radioplusinfo.com. A battle in the Flyaway Conference on Saturday afternoon. The Ledgers of Fond du Lac St. Mary Springs getting set to travel to Winnebago Luther Academy, the Vikings homecoming game, and Bob Highland with us here. Coach, always a pleasure. How are you today?
Real good. It's a little well, but we're pretty good today.
Ledgers of Springs got a nice win, a really nice win over Omro on your homecoming game, 48-0, up 27-0 at the half. Talk about the game, Coach.
Well, I don't think we could play much better than we did. Our defense got off the field. That was one of the things that we hadn't been able to do earlier in the year. A lot of times on third down, they would complete a pass and extend their drive, and they couldn't get off the field. This week, they got off the field, we got the ball, and we were able to move it, and we scored almost every time we had the ball. So I thought it was just a great performance by our kids.
You fast forward to the tape to this coming Saturday afternoon. WLA lost to Laconia earlier last week, 18-10 in WLA's homecoming game, or their home game, I should say, against the Spartans. There, what'd you see on the tape from the WLA Laconia game, Coach?
Well, it was just a hard-hitting game. I think
Yes.
One of the things that
Both of those are me.
Laconia has a lot of kids. They probably have the biggest numbers in the conference, and they came after them and hit them, which they haven't played that greatest non-conference schedule like some of the schools have. Laconia just is a tough football team, and I think that hurt. WLA had like 5 fumbles and an interception. Just not their normal self. Maybe they're looking ahead to our game, but I don't know. So you got to take them one game at a time, and that's how you have to play the season.
WLA's Eric Schmitz a little dinged up with a foot injury. Very good option quarterback, very good running quarterback. Coach, do you see that as well?
Yeah, we saw him limping out there, and that. But he should be 100%. If he's not ready to go against us, he won't ever be ready to go. You got to get ready for these kind of games, and he's a force. He's a big, strong kid, and once he gets those shoulders turned towards the line of scrimmage, he's hard to bring down. So he's their biggest weapon, both passing and running. So he's a kid that you have to scheme to stop.
Coach, any injuries on the Ledger side of the ball, or are you pretty healthy?
No, we are very healthy. We even got one of our kids back who had a concussion early in the season this week, and then next week I think Tony Bernard comes back, who had an ACL tear during wrestling. So we should be 100% going into the playoffs.
You have WLA this week, and then you have Laconia next week. So top couple of teams in the conference. You mentioned taking one game at a time, but the Ledgers are poised and judging by how you're playing right now to go after another Flyaway Conference championship. Would you agree that you're playing some of your best football right now?
Well, once you get during the regular season, you get kids that were young, get them experience. In the first 2 games of the season, we had 2 of our starting linebackers that were out, one with appendicitis or appendix out, and the other with a severe back spasm. Get those kids back, and you can start improving. And so we've got a lot of speed out there at our defensive backs and linebackers, and they're really making a difference. When those kids came back, they really made a difference in our defense.
Bob Highland with us, head coach of the Ledgers. Thank you, Coach, and we'll see you on the field come Saturday afternoon.
Real good, Nick.
Something exciting has happened in banking in southeastern Wisconsin. American Bank and National Exchange Bank and Trust are now together as one under the National Exchange Bank and Trust name. This locally owned and proudly brings you more offices and ATMs for more convenience, more of the personalized award-winning service, and right for you.
.1 The Rock, and video streamed as well at RadioPlusInfo.com. And John Boggs, head coach of the WLA Vikings, with us here. Coach, happy homecoming week. How are you?
Great to talk to you, Nick. Busy week around here.
What's the attitude like for the boys this week, and the homecoming activities? How's that going?
It's as every homecoming at every school, there's a lot of different things going on every day. There's things to distract kids. There's dress-up things. It's been a different sort of week for us a little bit, getting humbled a little bit, playing not up to what we think we're capable of last week. It's also been a week for us to focus a little bit, to get back to basics, to look forward to this last third of the regular season.
John, what did you see on tape from the Laconia game this past week?
Just really that we did not play characteristic of how we have played all year long, whether it's in big games or games where we should dominate in. From the very get-go, I think Laconia had an accidental onside kick that our kids just sort of froze and didn't step up. We started fumbling the ball away. We missed some assignments. We didn't make plays that we have been making. So we got away from what's made us a successful team this year. And I think that's the thing. Well, that's not who we are. That's not who we want to be as we move into the playoffs.
And you have St. Mary Springs Academy coming up on Saturday afternoon, your homecoming game. We'll start with Eric Schmitz. How's his health, John?
He's moving forward. Obviously, all the credit in the game we played last week goes to Laconia. Wow, just well coached by Coach Madigan. Their players stepped up and made the plays that we weren't able to. Eric hurt himself in the Omro game. He didn't practice at all last week for us. We limited him to playing offense. He's building on that. He's getting stronger. The foot is getting better. We're easing him into stuff this week. So we expect him to be a big part of what we're trying to do on Saturday.
What have you seen against St. Mary Springs that you'd like to game plan for coming up on Saturday afternoon?
Those things are few and far between. Springs is they're an elite program in our state. Preparing for them is a difficult thing because they do so many things well. While we're doing that and we're preparing for what they do offensively and defensively, we're also spending a lot of time worrying about what we do offensively and defensively. That's what hurt us last week, and we want to get back to doing the things that we understand we're capable of doing offensively, understanding our assignments on defense. And I think that as much as anything that Springs will do against us will help us in the challenge ahead.
John Boggs, head coach of the Vikings. Any other injuries, any notable notes for the game coming up here on Saturday afternoon?
No, we're continuing to get healthier. We're hoping that we walk out of this game healthy as well. We're excited about this last part of the season. We're excited. We don't expect our season to end for quite a while here. So we're trying to get as healthy as we can and try to make a big run.
Coach John Boggs, we'll see you Saturday afternoon. Thank you.
Looking forward to it. Thanks.
Good luck to all area sports teams this season from Andrews.
on a very soggy Saturday afternoon. Welcome back into your Holiday Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac pregame show. It's on 95 and 96.1 The Rock. Nick Rush, Sam Olson from the Fond du Lac Reporter. He'll be joining us for some dynamic color commentary.
There we go.
How's that for an intro?
Yeah, that's
all right.
pretty good.
Well, take a peek at some of the keys to the game here today. What do you think, Sam, are a key for WLA and a key for Springs?
Well, certainly for WLA, it's the health of quarterback Eric Schmitz. If he's not 100%, which it's hard to believe he would be after seeing what he did last week, it's just going to be tough for them to do what they like to do. So his play will be obviously very important for them. And then for Springs, it's just maintaining what they do. They do what they do very, very well. So I don't see them getting too far away from what they do well, which is run the ball and then occasionally throw it. Though we'll see what they're able to do in terms of that with the wet weather today. So, but it's really for them just maintaining what they've done so far, and what they've done so far is go 6-0 and dominate nearly every opponent.
Bauer Chiropractic and Bauer Physical Therapy has our injury report, and we are all clear on the injury report with the exception of a game-time decision for Eric Schmitz, and he will go here this afternoon. Again, no injuries on that injury report. We'll come back with your Baker Cheese first-string starting lineups. Baker Cheese, you can get employed for $18.50 an hour. Starting lineups next on 95 and 96.1 The Rock.
At the Agnesian Health Shop, find all your home medical and respiratory needs under one roof. Women's health, mom and baby products, mobility devices, specialty items, and a full line of Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes for men and women. Our respiratory and sleep services offer both home oxygen and products for those diagnosed with sleep apnea. And the friendliest associates will help you select just the products you need and assist you with billing questions. Visit us at our new location, 307 Camelot Drive in Fond du Lac. Agnesian Healthcare. You're never far from good health. At the Agnesian Health Shop, find all your home medical and respiratory needs under one roof. Women's health, mom and baby products, mobility devices, specialty items, and a full line of Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes for men and women. Our respiratory and sleep services offer both home oxygen and products for those diagnosed with sleep apnea. And the friendliest associates will help you select just the products you need and assist you with billing questions. Visit us at our new location, 307 Camelot Drive in Fond du Lac. Agnesian Healthcare. You're never far from good health.
We welcome back those of you viewing tonight's action at RadioPlusInfo.com. Your Baker Cheese first-string starting lineups. Just heard the commercial for Baker Cheese. Again, you can get employed for $18.50 an hour. Baker Cheese hiring right now, a little extra holiday spending cash. The starting offense for St. Mary Springs, we have Josh Moll, one of the receivers. Mitch Wagner, another receiver. We have the tight end, Blake Ottery. Quarterback is number 4, Blake Bauer. The running backs in the split veer, Clay Scheffner and Fenton Floyd. Left to right across the offensive line, Jake Schrouth, Michael Beto, Hepner, along with Mason Steffes and Hunter Coleman. Again, the starting offense for the Ledger. Starting defense for Springs. At quarterback is Brendan Coolibert and Eric Nygaard. At free safety, Gideon Winning. He'll be in for Eric Schmitz. Schmitz will not play defense just like last week, Sam. Ryan Cole is the strong safety. Tanner Haase and Dylan Jurdy are the inside linebackers. That 5 front for WLA. Remember, they run a 5-2 front. Jacob Borgward is the starting nose guard. Ryan Jacobs, Grant Menke, the anchors inside at D-tackle. Eric Schwark and Colby Daves are the defensive ends, again, for WLA on defense. We'll see the Viking offense to begin here in this first quarter of action. Glad you're with us here on a very wet and soggy Saturday afternoon. And number 52 in Corey Cohen set to kick it away from his own 40-yard line. End-over-end kick. It'll be taken by WLA at the 10-yard line, angling up to the 15-yard line, to the 20-yard line, trying to find a gap in there. And covered up by the WLA, or by the Springs special teams unit, and the Vikings will start 1st and 10. We'll see what the Vikings can do, and I'll be very interested here tonight, or this afternoon here, Sam, to see the Vikings defensive unit, to see how much they can hold in check this very potent Springs offense.
Right, they've been a good defense all year, Ed, but this will be certainly the biggest challenge they've faced this season.
Eric Schmitz from the 27-yard line. They put Herkstrotter in motion to the far side of the football field. Single back offense here for the Vikings. Eric Schmitz turns, hands, and that's going to go nowhere along the left-hand side of the offense. That's Jacob Borgwart. And he'll get a minimal gain on the play. Again, that first play goes to Jacob Borgwart, the senior running back, and he goes for 1 yard. 2nd down and 9. We'll see if the Vikings will alter their game plan with the wet weather on the field right now. Twin backs in the backfield, receivers both ways here for the Vikings. Play action. Here's Schmitz throwing, incomplete, intended for his tight end, Eric Schwark, across the middle of the football field. It falls incomplete for 3rd down, Sam.
And that'll be interesting to see if WLA attempts to throw the ball a little bit more today with Schmitz possibly ailing a little bit. So, it's not something they've done a lot this year, but they might be forced to.
Vikings, Eric Schmitz hurt his foot actually in the Omro game in the first quarter, played all the way through it. Played last week against Laconia, but was limited as far as his playmaking ability. Single back offense here, actually an I formation now for the Vikings. And here's Eric Schmitz on 3rd down, and Schmitz will keep it himself and cut it up the middle, and there will be a gain on the play up to the 35-yard line, a gain of about 7. It will be short of the 1st down. 4th down coming up for the Vikings. Again, Schmitz calls his own number there, and he'll scoot ahead for 6. 4th down and 3. Mason Herkstrotter set to kick it away here for the Vikings. Couple of Ledgers are back deep to receive the kick in just a couple of moments. And there's a short kick by Mason. It will take a bounce for the Vikings. And Mitchell touch it, goes out of bounds. Ledgers get it first now at the 31-yard line. So 3 and out go the Vikings on the first series of the football game. First quarter presented by Record Entertainment Disc Jockey Service. All the music and all the fun. Let Record Entertainment be the one. That rhymes, Sam.
It does.
Yep. Bingo. 32-yard line. They'll spot the football now with the 1st down and 10. We see the Ledgers offensive unit for the first time led by Blake Bauer. He will survey this 5-2 defensive front for the Vikings. Split backs in the backfield. Bauer to pass on 1st down. Blake fires left, and that's incomplete. Intended for Josh Mall. And good coverage on the far side there by Brendan Coolibert, who went with him. The cornerback was with him all the way, 2nd down. Ledger's up to the line now. Bauer's not a huge guy. He's got a nice arm, but the challenge, Sam, is getting that ball above the big hands up front.
Yeah, he's only 5, he's listed as 5'9", probably more about 5'7", though.
Bauer's got a couple of backs in the backfield. He's got a couple of receivers. Everything bunched in tight here for the Ledgers on 2nd down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Blake will turn, hand off. Nope, keep it himself. Blake Bauer along the right side. And he'll be tackled by Jurdy was over there, and also Tanner Haase there to bring him down after nice gain by Blake on 2nd down. Does bring up 3rd down and 4 on a gain of 6.
That's an underrated part of Blake's game. He can take off with the ball. He doesn't do it a lot, but when he does run the ball, he's pretty quick, and so that's certainly something WLA will have to look out for.
Receivers both ways here for the Ledgers. Send me an email where you're listening from, Nick R. at WFDL.com. 3rd and 4 from the 38-yard line. Bauer to pass. Here comes a blitz. Throwing. It's caught. Vikings there to bring him down right away, and that was to Blake Lamb. Lined up at receiver to this near side, near the hash mark, and he hauled it in for a Ledger 1st down. Their first down of the football game, Sam, and they gain 10 yards on the play.
Yeah, and they're, not afraid to pass even with the wet conditions so far. So, we'll see if that if the rain, continues or it gets worse, see if that plays a factor.
Ledger's knocking on the Vikings' door on their side of the football field. Wagner put into motion. They give it to him along the left-hand side. Good defense in the backfield by WLA. Coming up and making a stop is Ryan Cole. One of the linebackers came up and dropped him for a loss on the play of a couple yards.
Yeah, it was a very nice play. They sniffed that one out. Wagner had really nowhere to go.
Again, Mitch loses 3 yards on the handoff along the left-hand side, brings the ball in the middle of the football field now, and they'll spot it at the 45-yard line. 3 minutes in, no score on your Ignesian Bone and Joint Health scoreboard. They go 3 receivers to the wide side of the field, and they're going to throw now, and Clay Scheffner's going to take it. Clay's going to pile his way forward. Doesn't get much. Maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up 3rd down for the Ledgers.
Yeah, Clay kind of bobbled the ball initially, which kind of slowed him down, and WLA was able to recover and get there for a minimal gain. Again,
we'll be intrigued to find out what this Vikings defense can do against Springs. Vikings, they can score it, and they scored it, and they threw up a lot of points in their first 4 or 5 games of the season, but their defense really has been the calling card. 3rd down and 11. Blake to pass. Rushes on. Flushed out of the pocket. Going to the left-hand side. Looking downfield. Throwing downfield. And that's incomplete. Good coverage by Brendan Coolibert. The cornerback went with him the whole way, Sam, on that far sideline.
Yeah, good coverage, and it was a good rush initially. Forced Blake out of the pocket and to his left, which is always kind of tough to throw for a quarterback. So very good defensive play, and they're in position now. I'm not sure if they'll punt or go for it.
It's 4th down and 11. Ledgers do have a 1st down on this drive. And this is going to be something we haven't seen a lot with the Ledgers this season, and that's punting the football.
Yeah, there we go.
A couple of guys back deep to receive the kick by Blake Bauer, and Bauer's going to spiral one now, and Cole is going to call for a fair catch. He lost it. He fumbled the football, and I believe the Ledgers get the football back. And there's a mistake. Cole called for a fair catch, and he bobbled it, Sam. Couldn't get control of the football, and there's a gift for Springs.
And that's maybe the first instance of the weather playing a factor. He couldn't handle the punt. I'm not sure if it was because of slippery conditions or just because he didn't read it very well. But either way, Springs is in great position right now.
Ledgers moving to the right side on your video screen. That's toward the south end zone here at Viking Field. WLA defending this end zone. Split backs in the formation. Receivers are both ways here for the Ledgers. 1st and 10, they have it at the Viking 23-yard line. There's Fenton Floyd getting his first carry of the afternoon. And Flinton goes off the B gap, and he'll be brought down after a minimal gain on the play. Another stop there by Jacob Borgwart. And no gain for Fenton Floyd. And Floyd loses his helmet, and he'll come off. First mistake for either team, and this mistake favors the Ledgers. Coming up here at the line of scrimmage, it's 2nd down and 10 with 7:40 left to go. And split backs in the backfield, receivers both ways here for the Ledgers. Blake Bauer will turn and hand the football off now, and that it's actually Blake on the quarterback keeper. Thought he gave it to Scheffner, but Blake on the QB keeper.
That looked like a busted play. I think he meant to hand the ball off, but neither of the running backs actually grabbed it, so he was forced to take off by himself.
It is, as we look at the down and distance here, 3rd down and 12 to go. Let's see if the Vikings defense can hold after a couple of nice stops. Floyd is back in there. Receivers both ways from the near hash. Here's Blake Bauer to pass. Rainbowing far sidelines, and that's incomplete. Another good coverage by Coolibert on the left-hand side. Didn't get tangled up with him. No call. Clean play, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's a play the Springs has loved to run this year with Maul going out deep, kind of letting him use his height and athleticism. But it was good coverage, and the ball was a little overthrown.
See what they do now with 6:54 left to go here in quarter number 1. No score on your Ignesian Bone and Joint Health scoreboard. The ball is spotted right now at the 25-yard line, and they're going to attempt a field goal, Sam, and this would be a 42-yard field goal.
Be a long one.
Yep, from the near hash. Let's see if Corey can nail it. Corey Cohen, the kicker now, and that's going to be blocked. And the ball is live right now, Sam, after the blocked field goal, and they have it down the far sidelines, and I think the Ledgers are going to have a first down. The kick was blocked. The kick is live. Officials will huddle up now.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Vikings actually will take over now. The kick was blocked. And it will be a first down here for Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Ledgers had a chance to get it, Sam, but he was stopped shy of the first down marker.
Right.
That's a live ball.
That's I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
That is a live football, and a heads-up play by Mitch Wagner, who took it down the far side. He just was stopped a little bit shy of that marker. So the Vikings will take over, 1st and 10, but there is a timeout on the field. We'll take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors making the broadcast possible here today. And we thank your Edward Jones financial advisors, Dan Sprader, Ben Berchi, Pam Tullifson, Doug Shireman, Steve Millen, Jeff Wills of Fond du Lac. Give them a call today. Also, Dr. Kathy Kelly Doyle Dentistry. We thank them for sponsoring the broadcast. Your Ignatian Bone and Joint Health scoreboard says no score. It's been kind of a wild first quarter here with a fumble. Vikings turn it over deep in their own territory. Ledgers cannot punch it in. They attempt a 42-yard field goal, which was blocked, and now the Vikings have the football. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line, deep in their own territory yet. Schmitz now will have the football, and Schmitz will take it along the left-hand side. Eric still on his feet, running over a couple of defenders, and finally gets stopped after a gain on the play of a couple of yards.
Now, Eric looked pretty good on that run, actually. He has a slight limp, you can see, but he looked like pretty close to the Eric Schmitz who we've seen so far this year.
Nick Rush and Sam Olson on 95 and 96.1 The Rock. Glad you're with us here today. Back to action here at Viking Field. A couple of receivers split out. Schwark, the tight end, on the far side. And here's Schmitz. Schmitz with a couple of backs to the backfield. Looking to pass. What a flare-out pass to the right side. That's dropped. There's a big-time defensive hit. Even if he would have caught it, Mitch Wagner was right there to knock him.
Right, I'm not sure he would have gotten more than a couple yards on that, but either way, those are mistakes that WLA can't make. They need to make the completions. They can't fumble. You know, that's the little things.
And the Ledgers on the defensive side of the football. 3rd down and 8 from the 16-yard line. Vikings deep in their own territory yet. Schmitz will put Jurdy into motion to the far side, and Jurdy will line up in the slot and now come back to the strong side. Eric taking off with it up the B gap, and he'll dive his way forward, and he is short of a first down. And they will punt. So gain on the play of some yards there. He got 5, but he stopped 3 yards short of the first down. Again, no score on your Ignatian Bone and Joint Health scoreboard. 5:35 and counting left to go in the first. And Vikings are looking to punt now. In punt formation, Mason Herkstroder is the kicker. That's an end-over-end punt, and that'll be taken by Mitch Wagner, who calls for a fair catch there. Ledgers have it in Viking territory on their side of the football field for their second offensive possession of the football game.
And they've dominated the field position battle so far. Have not been able to capitalize yet, but they get another very good spot to start their drive at the 44 of the Vikings.
Send me an email. Let me know where you're listening from. Nick R. at WFDL.com. That's NICKR at WFDL.com. WLAVS.com up here in the press box. Blake Bauer will turn and hand off to Clay Scheffner. Scheffner is actually Bauer keeps it himself along the left side, and he'll scoot ahead for about 7 or 8.
And he had you fooled, and I think he had most of the WLA defense fooled there.
I'll actually say he went down with his knee prior to where the ball was. That's a 5-yard pickup. Ball at the far hash. Scheffner and Floyd in the backfield. Receivers both ways here for the Ledgers. And now the handoff goes to Clay Scheffner. And Scheffner goes forward. He stopped shy of a first down. Gain of 3. 3rd down and 2. Again, this is the final game in the Flyweight Conference for the week here. And WLA at 5-1 on the season. These Ledgers are 6-0. Number 1 team, Division 6 in the state of Wisconsin. Receivers both ways here for the Ledgers. Ledgers traveling in Viking territory. And there's a almost botched play, but they do get the handoff to Fenton Floyd, and I think Floyd got enough for a first down. It was Bauer and Floyd going the same direction at the same time, and at the last second, Bauer gave it to Floyd. He got a first down. He got just enough.
Yeah, those are the plays you usually see end up fumbles because there's a miscommunication between the running back and quarterback, but Fenton got it and was just able to get enough.
Nick Rush, Sam Olson from the Fond du Lac Reporter from Viking Field on the move, 34-yard line. There's Fenton Floyd to the left-hand side, and he will bounce it out to the left side, and he'll be covered up after he gains a nice gain on first down. Fenton Floyd will go ahead, and he'll get 10 yards, first down. Rain continues. It's not rain, it's more like a mist that continues to be bothersome to the fans and to the players here. But nonetheless, got to play football. It's going to be a wet day.
Yep.
Bauer's got split backs in the backfield. They bring Mitch into motion to the near side here, and Blake Bauer will turn, hand off to Fenton Floyd. Floyd found a seam. He's going to still be on his feet, run over a couple of guys, and finally be brought down. Nice job by Ottery was out there with a lead kickout block there. The tight end came crashing in to pick up a linebacker, got another first down.
And Fenton's such a tough runner. He'll bounce off tackles. He won't go down. He'll keep fighting, and that's what makes him so good despite not being the biggest back.
Right. From the 13-yard line, Ledgers deep in Viking territory, and there is going to be Fenton Floyd to the left-hand side, and Fenton's going to go down inside the 10-yard line. There's a flag on the play. Let's check the penalty. It looks to be in the area of a hold. It is against Springs, and this is going to back him up. First penalty of the football game goes against Springs on a nice run by Fenton Floyd, which brought him at about the 5-yard line. Going to bring the ball back here, and it'll be they're going to accept it. And a 10-yard penalty is going to push the ball back to about the 20-yard line. Yep, it's a 7-yard loss on the play for Springs after a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 3:04 left to go here in the first quarter. No score. Ignatian Bowdoin Joint House scoreboard. Blake Bauer, the quarterback, looks right and turns and hands the football off. Nope, Blake keeping it himself. Left-hand side, Blake is still on his feet. And he gets back to near the original line of scrimmage. And there's another run by Blake Bauer.
We've seen Blake run a few times already in this first quarter, which we didn't really see last week, and we haven't seen a ton this year. So kind of interesting to see that they're utilizing his legs more than his arms so far.
Yep. That's a 10-yard run by Blake Bauer. Gets it back to the 13-yard line. Bauer will survey the 5-down lineman for the Vikings. He's going to hand the football off to Clay Scheffner, who meets a wall of Viking defenders that's led by Vikings number 51, Tanner Haase. Haase, the first guy to him to escort him down, and also Grant Mankey was in there too. And we have 3rd down coming up for the Ledgers. And they say I think he got one. Yep. Clay got one, but he ran into a wall. Josh Mall split out. Lamb is split out as well for the Ledgers. Blake Bauer with a 3rd down and 9. Stop a play. 1:46 left to go here in the first quarter. There's no score on your Ignesian Bone and Joint House scoreboard, but the Ledgers are driving. Second time the Ledgers have been deep in Viking territory. The first time a field goal was blocked. Blake Bauer will play action. Blake throwing, and that's going to be batted down, and that's incomplete. Sam, we talked about it. We talked about the ability for the Vikings defensive line to get up, and that time they timed it. They batted it down as Blake couldn't get it above the big arms up front.
Right, quick play action play there, trying to beat them to the end zone, and they were just able to knock it down, possibly preventing a touchdown.
Passing completion. It is going to be 12-yard line where the football is at the line of scrimmage. Add 17 on that. A 29-yard field goal attempt for Corey Cohen. Ball is in the middle of the football field. 29-yarders on the way by Corey. It is up, and it is going to be no good. They say that kick was wide left. It's no good. And we are still scoreless from Viking Field. What do you think about that, Sam?
Yeah, the WLA, the defense has been in a couple tough positions, but they've held when they need to. Springs has been able to move the ball a little bit, but they get down inside the 20-yard line, and whether it's been a penalty or a couple nice WLA defensive plays, they're still scoreless.
We have 1 minute and 33 seconds left to go here in this football game in the first quarter. And first down and 10. The Ledgers get a field goal blocked, and then they miss a 29-yarder just moments ago. Working from the gun, here's Eric Schmitz. Jurdy to the left-hand side. Jurdy and Schmitz takes it himself up the middle. As they fake it to Jurdy, Schmitz goes ahead with it. Doesn't get much. Second down for the Vikings. Vikings have yet to get a first down. On a couple of times they've had the football. Wet, soggy day. We'll see how the field holds up here at Viking Field. John Boggs told me it drains well. I don't know if that's going to hold true or not. Out of the I formation, here's Schmitz for the Vikings. Schmitz is going to turn, and he's going to roll it to the right side. He's going to throw, and that's incomplete. Intended for Eric Schwark, his tight end, who ran a little 7-yard out pattern to the sidelines. Would have had a nice gain, but it just fell incomplete. Third down.
Yeah, nice coverage. It was behind Schwark. And you know, the Ledger defense, I think maybe gets a little bit overlooked, despite being one of the better ones in Division 6, certainly, and as in the small schools of Wisconsin. I mean, everyone thinks about their offense scoring over 40 points a game, but this defense is only allowing about 7 points a game.
Carl from Saginaw, Michigan, listening and watching his old friend John Boggs and the Vikings there. Thanks for viewing tonight's action. And Jurdy put into motion now. Split wides out for the Vikings. Eric Schmitz, design quarterback keeper the whole way. And he's going to go to the right side and be brought down. Not fooling this Ledger defense. And there will be a fourth down play coming up here with under 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. No score on your Ignesian Bone and Joint House scoreboard. But again, Schmitz goes for 5 there, Sam. Or 3, actually. And if you're the Vikings, maybe get a little more creative.
Yeah, I think you have to at this point.
Mason Herkstroder is the punter for the Vikings. 15 seconds left to go. He will punt toward the north end zone here, and that's the north end of Viking Field. 8 seconds left to go, and they get it snapped. Kick is away. Mason's going to have an end-over-end punt. It'll take a fumble on the play, and the Ledgers had it momentarily, and the Ledgers get it back. Second time we've seen a fumble on a punt. First time, the Vikings were not fortunate. This time, the Ledgers draw some fortune and get the football back. And that's final play, Sam, of the first quarter.
That was a wild first quarter. A lot of action, but no score.
Exciting stuff, but no score. Yeah, we'll take a minute timeout. 1 minute, and we're coming back to Viking Field after this. This is High School Sports 95 and 96.1 The Rock, and video streamed at RadioPlusInfo.com.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today.
Your local Erie agent is Jackson Call Insurance Services, 920-923-4020.
So, with that box, you'll be the first to win PlayStation VR. Player one. Soon, it spreads like wildfire. Humanity becomes so plugged in, we never see them coming. That's why I was sent back to stop you.
Oh, hey, I won.
Right.
The future of gaming starts at Taco Bell. Grab any $5 box and you can be one of the first to win PlayStation VR.
Viking Field, RadioPlusInfo.com, 95 and 96.1 The Rock. During the commercial break, the WLA Vikings repunted the football. I believe there was a penalty on WLA, and the Ledgers forced them to re-kick. So they punted the football. It was fumbled again. The Ledgers got back on top of it again. And now WLA will go on defense.
I'm not exactly sure what the penalty was or why that was, repunted, but either way, Springs actually lost about 8 yards of field position with the repunt.
And now they will switch field positions. So couple of kicks, couple of punts, they switch field positions. Now we're square. That was the final play of the first quarter, so we're back to action now. Let's reset this deal here for you. 1st and 10 for the Ledgers, moving to the north end zone from the 40-yard line. Ledgers have the football in their own territory. Receivers both ways here for Blake Bauer. Looks to pitch option. They fumble the football. He pitched it, Sam. Nobody was there.
We've seen already a couple miscommunications between Bauer and his running backs, and yeah, as you said, he pitched it and no one was looking.
Scheffner was the intended pitch man. He was out in front of it, and Blake pitched it. Nobody was there. Vikings pounce on it. Bob Hyland is not happy, which will not make Blake Bauer happy.
No.
Which will not make any Ledger happy. And the WLA Vikings have the football now, so some turnovers, some sloppy play, no score. 1st and 10, Vikings have the football in Ledger territory. Dylan Jurdy now spinning his way past a couple of white shirts, and he'll be muscled down as he gets to about the 30, down to the 25-yard line. That will be near a first down. He might have got 9. Nope, they'll say 10, first down.
That's the first really productive running play we've seen from WLA today. So maybe they're getting something going.
Last time WLA beat Springs was 2007. 28-14 was the final there. There's a timeout taken on the field, official timeout, to reset the chains, respot things. They'll wind the clock. Away we go. 1st and 10, new set of sticks for the Vikings. Vikings deep in Ledger territory, and they're going to bring Jurdy in motion to the far side here. And Eric Schmitz awaiting the snap from the gun. Eric to pass. What a crossing pattern by Schwark. Schwark bobbled it, but hauled it in, and a flag is and a penalty is called. Schwark, the tight end, a little 5-yard crossing pattern, and Schwark might have drew some contact there.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Unless there was, no, it's incomplete.
Calling it incomplete now, yeah.
So this will go against Springs. It might have been some contact or a hold. No. Illegal penalty against Springs. A little pass interference there.
And I think did they call an illegal shift against WLA too? I'm not sure, because the first motion he made was
right.
Looked like a shift, and then he had the pass interference motion.
If that were the case, they would offset.
And it does not look like that's the case. So
No.
I'm not sure why he made that first motion.
Yeah, unless he made a boo-boo. I think he made a mistake. The official did, because it was an illegal shift. That was the call, but then he called pass interference against Springs. So we'll go with that. 1st and 10. Ball is at the 11-yard line. This is the deepest the Vikings have been in Ledger territory. Schmitz has an I formation behind him. Vikings on the move here from the 11-yard line. 1st and 10. Eric turns and hands to Borgwart. Borgwart's going to go through a seam and be tripped up by Steffes was down there, and Floyd was down there. Josh Moll was down there as well to make a stop. They have sponsor sheets and rosters flying everywhere up here. A little windy up here in the box. 432, 103, and 2. That's the Ledger's record under Bob Hyland. 2nd down and 9 to go from the 10-yard line, from the I formation. Schmitz and the Vikings on the move. Eric will pitch it over to Borgwart. Borgwart trying to get a quarter. Good kickoff block, and he's still on his feet, banging down inside the 5. Nice kickout block by one of the linemen for WLA. I didn't see a number, but they had a nice block on one of the linebackers coming up to try to make a stop. And they get it inside the 5, Sam. There's a 1st and goal for the Vikings.
And so they'll have 3, maybe 4 chances to punch it in here.
So a nice run to get it down inside. That's about a 10-yard run by Borgwart. Here come the Vikings. 1st down and goal to go from the 1. Schmitz turns, hands. Borgwart's got it, and he is stopped shy of it. We'll see how these white numbers look after the end of this football game.
I already see Mason Steffes is wearing essentially a brown jersey right now.
Yep. 2nd down and goal after there was no gain on 1st down. Receivers are both ways. I formation, Schmitz. Let's see if he calls his own number. Eric surveys the defense. Eric will turn, hand. Jacob Borgwart met right away and popped. Big time defensive stick. Austin was back there. Floyd was back there, and a couple of other white shirts came all the way through.
And I think he actually lost a yard or 2 there, and that puts them in a position where they might have to pass now.
Yeah, 3rd down and 3. It was 1st down and goal to go at the 1-yard line, but now the Vikings will take a timeout. We'll take it with them. Come back to Viking Field after this. This is high school football on 95 and 96.1 The Rock and video stream at RadioPlusInfo.com.
Few careers offer the advantages you'll find at Charter. As a member of the Charter team, you'll represent the nation's fastest growing TV, internet, and voice company and help bring Spectrum services to more than 24 million customers. We offer our employees competitive salary, growth opportunities, comprehensive benefits, and more. If you want to play an important role in your company and make an impact on your career, join the Charter team today. Take a look at a few positions open in your area.
.95 and 96.1 The Rock and video streamed at RadioPlusInfo.com. It is 3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line. They'll split the backs of the backfield. Schmitz looking to keep it himself, and he's gobbled up behind the line of scrimmage. And Fenton Floyd came to make a big-time stop. Scheffner was back there as well, and the Vikings have 4th down.
It looked like Fenton was there, just as Eric was looking up to run, so he got excellent penetration, and now they're going to be forced to kick.
Mason Herkstroder is the kicker, and Eric Schmitz is the holder. Ball is at the 6-yard line. This will be a 23-yard field goal right now for the Vikings. High snap, ripped down. 23-yarder is booming up, and it is good. And WLA takes the lead over the number 1 team in the state in Division 6. 3-0 on your Ignition Bone and Joint Health scoreboard on their homecoming. Back after this on 95 and 96.1 The Rock.
To feel good about your smile and your dentist, visit Sauer Dental. They are dedicated to personalized dental care. So for your family dental needs, visit Dr. Todd Sauer at 845 South Main Street in Fond du Lac.
A 23-yard field goal. Up and good by Mason Herkstroder. Makes it 3-0 WLA with the lead on their homecoming on 95 and 96-1 The Rock. And there is going to be a kick that's going to sail out of bounds. And with that, the Ledgers will get it with pretty decent field position. A defensive battle here. Ledgers did a nice job of denying WLA. It was first and goal, Sam, at the 1. And they're going to back it up and kick it again.
Yeah, it was a very nice defensive stand. WLA ran it 3 straight times. I thought they might, try to beat them over the top once. But Springs stood their ground.
Again, WLA 3, Springs nothing on a 23-yard field goal. And again, they will kick it again. Mason will swing the right leg, and another kick, and this one will be taken by Clay Scheffner. Scheffner with a head of steam to the 20-yard line, to the 25. And the Ledgers get a decent return. Vikings cover him up there. And Clay Scheffner, Blake Bauer and company come back up to the line of scrimmage after the Vikings recovered a Ledger fumble. Again, if you're scoring long at home, 3 fumbles. Vikings have a turnover in their advantage, and the Ledgers have a turnover in their advantage here today.
So this wet weather has already played a significant role.
Yeah, it has. From the 30-yard line, here come the Ledgers. Blake Bauer to pass on 1st and 10. He'll fire over to Josh Moll, and he'll be gobbled up there by Dylan Jurdy and also Brendan Coolibert on this near side. Gain of about 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3 coming up. A little quick pass on 1st down goes to Josh for 7. Badgers, big game today against Michigan at the Big House. After this, I'll go home and watch that.
I'll be watching it from the office.
Okay. They have Mitch split out to the near side here. Blake Lamb split out to the far side. And there's Blake Bauer to pass on 2nd down. Firing right side. Caught by Mitch Wagner. And he'll take it into Viking territory. And there's a nice play to the 48-yard line. Nice pickup of about 13.
And Blake throws that mid-yardage out route so well. It's very hard to defend if you're a cornerback.
Josh Moll in the slot. Lamb is split out as well. And here's the handoff to Fitton Floyd trying to get the left side. Floyd dancing his way. There's a holding call. And a penalty flag flies as Floyd is brought down. Beto was out in that direction. I'm not sure if it was Michael that got the hold against him, but they're going to pick up the penalty here against Springs, and that'll push the football back.
And we saw a holding kind of kill their last drive, which ended in a missed field goal attempt. We'll see if this plays a significant role in killing this one.
Badger Tire has a look at our halftime report. We will recap some of the scores from last night. Very exciting night of high school sports. Kimberly got their 49th consecutive win. That is an all-time state record. Fond du Lac Cardinals get a win at home. The Cardiac Cardinals flying high at Fruth.
Yeah,
How about that for a headline, Sam? Couple of backs in the backfield here for the Ledgers. Blake Bauer will look to delayed handoff. Here's Fitton Floyd. Floyd running through some arm tackles and brings Brings it back to about the 50, gets a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. And he'll pick up 11 on the play. It is second down. After a gain of 11, second down and 9 for the Ledgers. Ledgers knocking on WLA's territory. Again, it's WLA's homecoming. Allison Binder, Jacob Borgwart, mentioned his name a couple of times tonight. They're on the court together. Blake Bauer, quick with a pass play again. Mitch Wagner's got the football now into Viking territory. He'll be gobbled up. And the football came loose after the play, but they say he was down. And gets it to about the 45. Gain of 5 on the play, third down.
It's obviously a big third down here. We'll see if they. They've been comfortable throwing the ball even in the slick conditions. So we'll see if they keep it on the ground or try to beat WLA with the pass.
It is third down and 2 yards to go. Under 5:40 left to play in this first half. 3-0 Vikings on your Ignition Bone and Joint House scoreboard. Backs to the backfield out of the split back veer. They jump off sides. Penalty flags fly.
And that'll give him a first.
Yep. Blake Bauer had a nice cadence at the line. This will go against WLA, so that will give an automatic first down. That's just got to drive you nuts.
Yeah, as a coach, you're in a position to stop them and you give them essentially the first down.
Colby Daves was split out at end, and he actually comes off right now. He was the guilty party. So a first down for the Vikings, or for the Ledgers against the Viking defense. From the 39-yard line, Bauer to pass on first down. Throwing, he's got Blake Lamb covered up by the Vikings defense. Brendan Coolibert to make the stop there. We've said that a lot, Sam. First and 10, throwing Blake Bauer.
Yeah, it's. I was expecting them to pound the ball on the ground today, but they've been comfortable throwing the ball with some pretty good success. So, we'll see if they keep doing that or if they get back to what they like to do, which is pound the ball.
St. Mary's Springs averages 42 points a game. They average on the season, Sam, 168 passing yards for Blake Bauer a game. And here's Bauer. Bauer keeps himself, pitching it to Clay Scheffner. Scheffner trying to get the right side. He's still on his feet down the sidelines, 30, 20-yard line, pushed out of bounds. Inside the 20, down to about the 17, gain of 20 on the play.
That was a somewhat dangerous play. We saw the previous fumble for Springs was on a pitch that went to no one. And this one, it was handled cleanly, but Scheffner was almost brought down in the backfield, but he escapes and picks up a huge gain.
Quickly up to the line of scrimmage comes Springs. Fitton Floyd will take the handoff. Floyd will go ahead for some positive yards there, about a gain of 4 on the play. Ledgers back up to the line of scrimmage again. Blake Bauer rallying the troops down 3-0. Blake Bauer turns, hands, Fitton Floyd following his block, and he goes down immediately. Gets ripped down. Tanner Haase in the backfield. Grant Menke in the backfield as well. Loss on the play, brings up third down. Timeout taken by Springs. 3:51 left to go in the first half. 3-0 WLA. They lead over Springs. Back to Viking Field after this on 95 and 96.1 The Rock.
You know, FloorQuest has always provided the best quality flooring and cabinetry for your home. But did you know that we're now in a new location and a brand new store on Washburn Street in Oshkosh? There's an expanded showroom with more top quality flooring options and a much larger selection of beautiful cabinetry. Also a new outlet center with great pricing on in-stock flooring. Quality, service, savings every day. Now more than ever, there's more in store for you at FloorQuest, your flooring and cabinetry destination, also in Fond du Lac and at floorquest.net.
'95 and 96.1 The Rock, and video streamed as well at radioplusinfo.com. We have the whole cast and crew. Sam Olson from the Fond du Lac Reporter to my left. Got Colby running controls behind me. Chase Lau is to the right of us in actually a different room, running camera. Got Robert Brown running point back at the radio station. And the cast and crew of thousands watching and listening. 3rd down and 6 to go. Ledgers lost a couple of yards on that last play. Tanner Haase and Grant Menke blew it up in the backfield. See what the Ledgers do here, Sam. What do you think, 3rd down and 6?
Well, they've had no problems passing the ball, so I would not be surprised for them to take a shot here.
Mitchell Fahrencroft checking in from Mercury. Listening to the broadcast here today. Working hard at Mercury Marine here this afternoon. Glad to have you along on 95 and 96.1 The Rock. 3rd down and 6. Here's Blake Bauer to pass. Blake looking left, throwing left to the end zone. Incomplete. Flag is going to fly.
Yeah, Wachter just got dragged down by the defensive back there. Very easy call for the official to make.
And Brendan Coolibert is going to be the guilty party, and that will give the Ledgers a 1st down. And that's going to give them a new set of sticks to work with here. It was 3rd down and 6. And the officials will march it off. And that will go at about the 7-yard line or so.
Half the distance to the goal, yeah.
Yep. 3:47 left to go in the first half. Your Badger Tire halftime report is coming up, so stand by for that. Couple of receivers split out to the wide side now, and Bauer fakes the handoff. Blake keeping it himself and getting wrangled down in the backfield, right side. Good job. Tanner Haase again, one of the captains of this defense, making the nice stop there. He lost some yards on the play. It is 2nd down and goal to go as they work from the 9. That time Blake kept it himself, and again he lost 2 yards. 3:19 and counting left to go here in the first half. Taco Bell has her chance to win some tacos and a combo meal coming up here for your halftime enjoyment. Twin backs in the backfield. Blake to pass. Blake flushed out of the pocket, rolling to the right. Blake now throwing, and that is intercepted by WLA. Intercepted by the Vikings. That is Ryan Cole on the far side. Number 12 for WLA hauls it in. The linebacker floated away in coverage. Blake didn't see him, Sam.
Yeah, it was on the far side of the field, so I couldn't see exactly what Blake was looking for, but he threw it right to Ryan Cole.
2nd turnover for Blake Bauer in the football game. Remember, he had that fumble earlier in this quarter. Now he throws a pick. Getting a high five from John Boggs on the WLA bench. It's Ryan Cole, number 12, with a big-time interception. Vikings have it. 12-yard line. Here's Schmitz. Schmitz will go to Jurdy. Jurdy's got a big-time hole, and Dylan Jurdy, number 34, will go forward for what he can. And get some positive yards there. Let's see what the Vikings do here, Sam. You have 2:42 left to go. You have to think one of these times they're going to take a shot.
And as we saw in the Laconia game, they took a couple shots at the end of the first half. So we'll see if tonight, or see if this drive is where they do that.
I don't think Schmitz has a completion yet.
I think you're right there. I don't believe he does.
You have a big, strong receiver. You have a couple of them. You have Schwark and Herkstroder. We'll see if they utilize him. Herkstroder is split out. Now he'll go in motion, timeout, stop on the field. And there's a timeout taken on the football field by WLA. That is their second charged timeout of the half. 2:12 to go left in the first. Back after this on 95 and 96.1 The Rock.
At Summit Automotive, we treat you like family.
We're right here off Highway 41 in Fond du Lac.
And we have one of the largest selections of vehicles.
That's right, over 400 to choose from.
At Summit Automotive.
New Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams.
And one of the largest used car and truck selections.
That means you can drive one home today.
We'll give you our best deals.
Our best service.
Our best value.
You have our word on it.
Hablamos español.
Come see us. We'll go
the extra mile for you.
At Summit Automotive, Fond du Lac.
95 and 96.1 The Rock, and video streamed as well at radioplusinfo.com. 26-3 was the final score a year ago. Vikings fell to the Ledgers. They beat them 44-0, 49-7, 56-0. The last time, I'm getting to a point, the last time WLA beat Springs was 2007. 2nd down and 6 after the WLA timeout. Schmitz a work from the gun. Schmitz awaiting the snap from the shotgun. He's going to pass. Pump fake one way. He's going to rainbow near sidelines to Coolibert, who hauls it in. Brendan Coolibert hauls in the pass. The 5'9 junior. We said, Sam, they were going to take a shot one of these times, and they do that, and they take it to the 48-yard line.
On a 32-yard?
Yeah, 32, yep.
Yeah, there was the shot. A pump fake kind of got the defensive back to bite a little bit, and Coolibert spurted open.
The mist begins to fall again here from Viking Field. Vikings up 3-0, 2:06 left to go here in the half. They put Mason Herkstroder into motion now to the left-hand side of Schmitz with an empty backfield. Eric takes off with it, bounces it outside. Eric's still on its feet. A flag is going to fly, though. There's a hold.
Yeah, it looks like a hold where the flag is.
I think that's Ryan Jacobs, one of the offensive linemen. That'll be against Jacobs, and that'll push it back after a nice gain. Under 2 to play. They're going to push it back and get another hold. You know, when it's weather's questionable and it's wet and you're slipping around out there, it's easy to lose your footing, Sam, and maybe do something that you wouldn't normally do. But
and it actually appears now that Eric Schmitz is on the sideline. I'm not sure if he lost the contact or if he got dirt in his eye, but he's on the sideline right now.
And Ryan Cole is the quarterback now for the Vikings, who checks in. Again, Cole is the backup quarterback. He also plays mainly on the defensive side. And Ryan Cole awaiting the snap with 1:59 left to go. Cole will take it on the left-hand side, and the Vikings offense can't get a good push. Ledger's defense come up big. Make a stop there. Schmitz will come back in. It is 2nd down and long. 2nd down and 20-plus to go. So after the holding call, that pushed them back 10. And now they lost some more yards there. Lost another yard. It is 2nd down and 21. Receivers split out to the wide side with under 1:20 left to play. Herkstroder put into motion, and they fake it now. Here's Eric Schmitz going into a wall of Ledger defenders. It's 3rd down.
They really have not been able to get a lot of push, for Eric Schmitz running the ball. He's had a couple decent runs, but other than that, really not much.
The field is slippery and wet. Ledgers are going to take a timeout with 1:11 to play. And we thank Dr. Kathy Kelly Doyle and her team. They wish both teams best of luck in their ball game here today. From the team, of course, at Dr. Kathy Kelly Doyle Dentistry. We also thank our team at Radio Plus for helping us out here in the broadcast. And also your Edward Jones financial advisor, Stan Sprader, Ben Berchi, Pam Tellefson, Steve Millen, Doug Shireman, and Jeff Wills of Fond du Lac. Chase Lau running camera. Got Colby behind me running the switcher for the camera and the video stream. And Robert Brown back at the radio station. Special thanks to Ike, who came up here as well and helped set things up. Sam Olson to my left from the Fond du Lac Reporter, Nick Rush, and Robert Brown back at the radio station controlling our radio portion of the broadcast. Let me know where you're listening from. Shoot me an email. It is nickr@wfdl.com, nickr@wfdl.com. Exciting first half. Ledgers trail to the Vikings 3-0. 3rd down and 21 from the 37-yard line. Schmitz putting Herkstroder into motion with an I formation. And here's Eric Schmitz. He'll turn, hand the football off to Jacob Borgwart. Borgwart's going to be muscled down by Scheffner. Also, Ottery was in the backfield, too. And there's a stop of the clock by the Ledgers. They'll take a timeout. We will step aside and take a timeout. Back to Viking Field after this on 95 and 96.1 The Rock.
I'm Jeremy Thiesfeld, and I'm running to be your voice in Madison.
What are people saying about Representative Thiesfeld?
I've known Jeremy for a long time, and he has a high degree of integrity and honesty. I know he will continue to work to cut government waste. Jeremy will fight here for us in the 52nd because he has our best interests at heart.
I'm proud to represent such a family-friendly, benevolent community. I would be honored to continue to serve the 52nd District. I'm asking you for your vote on November 8th.
Authorized and paid for by citizens for Jeremy Thiesfeld.
Video streamed this game as well at RadioPlusInfo.com. The Vikings are going to be forced to punt with 4th down and 19 from the 39-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Couple of ledgers are back. That is Josh Moll and Clay Scheffner back to receive the Mason Herkstroder punt. And Mason will kick it away, and there's a punt, and that's going to go out of bounds. And let's see what the Ledgers can do if they want to run a couple of plays, maybe take a shot downfield. They have 61 seconds left to go. They are out of timeouts, though.
And they have the firepower to move down the field and get at least in field goal position in 61 seconds. But they've shot themselves in the foot a couple times already today on their fumble and on Blake Bauer's interceptions. So the offense really is not playing like we've seen this year.
Some of that could be field condition. Some of that could be the Vikings defense.
Right.
They haven't. I don't think they've faced a defense as hungry as these guys are before. Blake Bauer, delayed handoff. Fitton Floyd's got some open field to work with. Fitton Floyd to the 50-yard line, down to the 45, still on his feet into Viking territory, and he gets down at about the 41-yard line. So a nice play. 17 up to about a 26-yard run. And that will go for Fitton Floyd. Again, gains 26, under 50 seconds left to play. Ledgers back up to the line, 1st and 10 in Viking territory. And Blake Bauer's pass is batted down. I think that was Schwark. Schwark knocks it away. 2nd down and 10, but the clock stops.
We've seen a couple passes batted down now by the defensive line of WLA. And Schwark's a big kid, I think like 6'4", 6'5", so he can get up there for to bat down a pass from a quarterback that stands just 5'9".
Soggy Saturday afternoon. Glad you're with us here this afternoon. If you want to view today's game from the comfort of your own couch, you can do that at RadioPlusInfo.com. Shoot me an email. Let me know where you're listening from here today. Couple of receivers split out. Blake Bauer to pass on 2nd down. Throwing, he's got his man, and that is caught along the far side. Receiver gets out of bounds. I think that was Mitch Wagner.
Yep.
And he'll get 9 on the play as it goes to Mitch.
It's about an inch short of the 1st down, it looks like.
3rd down and 1, 37 seconds left to play. Again, he got out of bounds, so the clock stops. Again, let's see what the Ledgers can do if they would have some opportunity here to get the momentum going into halftime. Blake Bauer to pass on 3rd down. A blitz is on. He's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Jurdy got to him first, and then Colby Daves getting redemption from giving the Ledgers a 1st down on the Ledgers' last drive via penalty and jumping offside to make a big-time play in the backfield. 13 seconds left to go. Ledgers are going to go for it here. Blake Bauer, pump fake one way, now throwing down the left side. That's incomplete.
There was no shot on that. Mal was double covered.
That's a big-time play by Jurdy, who got to him first, and then Colby Daves came to bring him down. Incomplete.
I'm not sure if on that 3rd down play they were, obviously you want to pass because the clock needs to stop, but they were, maybe a foot away from a 1st down. I'm surprised they just didn't try to power and at least get the 1st.
Because you had some time left, even if you would have got the 1st. The clock is going to stop because they have to reset the chains. And they're going to take a knee here, the Vikings will. Eric drops to a knee. And your score at the half. WLA 3, St. Mary Springs 0. The Vikings lead the number 1 team in the state in Division 6. We're coming back. Officials are talking to Springs right now. I don't see a penalty, but we're coming back after this. This is your Badger Tire halftime report on 95 and 96.1 The Rock.
No regrets. If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today.
Your local Erie agent is Jackson Call Insurance Services, 920-923-4020.
Stop. With that box, you'll be the first to win PlayStation VR. Player 1. Soon, it spreads like wildfire. Humanity becomes so plugged in, we never see them coming. That's why I was sent back to stop you.
Oh, hey, I won.
Right.
The future of gaming starts at Taco Bell. Grab any $5 box and you could be one of the first to win PlayStation VR.
95 and 96.1 The Rock. Just doing some quick addition.
Few careers offer the advantages you'll find at Charter. As a member of the Charter team, you'll represent the nation's fastest growing TV, internet, and voice company and help bring Spectrum services to more than 24 million customers. We offer our employees competitive salary, growth opportunities, comprehensive benefits, and more. If you want to play an important role in your company and make an impact on your career, join the Charter team today. Take a look at a few positions open in your area.
Taking a peek at your statistics here in this football game from the first half. Blake Bauer, 15 yards rushing, 49 yards passing. Fenton Floyd, 64 yards rushing. Clay Scheffner, 25 yards rushing. For Jacob Borgward, 8 yards on the ground. Dylan Jurdy has 14 on the ground. And one completion for Eric Schmitz, just that one that went to Kulibert for 26 here in this first half. Here again, your score at the half, it is 3-0 in favor of the Vikings over the Ledgers. on your Ignition Bone and Joint House scoreboard. Badger Tire sponsors our halftime show. We have an opportunity to win some Taco Bell, and that's going to come up here during our halftime report. But let's get you caught up to date with some area scores from last night. Fond du Lac Cardinals get a win at Fruth Field. They win 20-14. That was the final score. Fond du Lac scores again with 5 seconds left to play. A pretty nice pass play that went to Sam Fredrickson from Jack Cole as time wound down in that football game. Along with that, let's see. Winneconne beat Waupun last night, 35-14. Kimberly over Appleton West, 45-14. Kimberly makes state history with their 49th consecutive win. Howards Grove beat North Fond du Lac 24-21. Brunette last night for North Fond du Lac had a monster game, 3 touchdowns. And talking with some of the folks here this afternoon when I got here, he apparently touched the ball on every play except like 8. I can see that. He's just a workhorse for the body. So again, the Orioles lose 24-21, but a good game for him. Had 260-plus yards last night. Cambria-Friesen over Oshkosh Lourdes 34-13. Ripon lost to Berlin 28-14 last night. Stevens Point over Marshfield 42-0. Omro beat Lemira 38-7. Neenah over Wisconsin Rapids 26-24. Oshkosh North beat Oshkosh West 35-13. Laconia downed Mayville 33-7. Plymouth over Campbellsport 35-6. New Holstein beat Chilton 35-6. And Hartford over Beaver Dam last night 14-0. Your score at the half here is WLA 3 and St. Mary Springs Academy 0 on your Ignition Bone and Joint House scoreboard. We will take a timeout and come back to Viking Field after this on 95 and 96.1 The Rock.
screen TV, and apparel from the WLA Booster Club. The drawings will be held at the conclusion of today's game.
95 and 96.1 The Rock, and video streaming as well at radioplusinfo.com. Nick Rush and Sam Olson. Sam is on the hot trail right now to find out if Springs has trailed this year. And we think they may have trailed to Amherst. I think they were down by 10 at one point to Amherst, if I remember correctly.
Trying to look here.
Ledgers beat Amherst 20-7.
I'm Jeremy Thiesfeld, and I'm running to be your voice in Madison.
What are people saying about Representative Thiesfeld?
I've known Jeremy for a long time, and he has a high degree of integrity and honesty. I know he will continue to work to cut government waste. Jeremy will fight here for us in the 52nd because he has our best interests at heart.
I am proud to represent such a family-friendly, benevolent community. I would be honored to continue to serve the 52nd District. I'm asking you for your vote on November 8th.
Authorized and paid for by citizens for Jeremy Thiesfeld.
Trail 3-0 at the half, and Taco Bell has a chance to win here today. Your Taco Bell trivia question. Taco Bell, get a great combo meal from our friends, of course, at Taco Bell. And your question, we need to know, it's a two-part question. We need to know what divisions are WLA and Springs in. Again, what division is Springs in and WLA in? That is your trivia question here tonight, this afternoon. 929-9600. 929-9600. What is the divisions for both Springs and WLA? Coming back to Viking Field after this. 95 and 96.1 The Rock.
At the Agnesian Health Shop, find all your home medical and respiratory needs under one roof. Women's health, mom and baby products, mobility devices, specialty items, and a full line of Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes for men and women. Our respiratory and sleep services offer both home oxygen and products for those diagnosed with sleep apnea. And the friendliest associates will help you select just the products you need and assist you with billing questions. Visit us at our new location, 307 Camelot Drive in Fond du Lac. Agnesian Healthcare. You're never far from good health.
today's game, underclassmen are reminded to come on into the building and begin taking down your decorations. Seniors are reminded that tomorrow afternoon from 4 to 6, we'll be taking down the flats, putting things back up to us resident, and eating a lot of pizza.
Video streaming today's game as well. Nick Rush and Sam Olson on the radio and on the video here today. Again, glad you're with us. Vikings lead at the half. 3-0 on their homecoming. A very soggy and wet, misty Saturday afternoon. So you want to check us out indoors, you can do that here today. Taking a peek at some of the scores from college football. Of course, the Badgers, they don't play until 2:30, so they'll be kicking it off here in probably 15 to 20 minutes or so. Badgers and Michigan, Sam, what do you think?
I'd like to say the fan in me would say Wisconsin prevails, but I say it's a close game. Michigan on top, 28-24.
Okay. Notre Dame beating Syracuse 50 to 27. Baylor trails Iowa State 42 to 35. Florida over Vanderbilt in the fourth quarter, 13 to 6. Oklahoma State beat Texas earlier today. Miami beat Georgia Tech 35-21. Arkansas, Brett Bielema's crew beat Elkhorn State 52 to 10. Ohio State in the Big Ten over Rutgers 58 to 0. And the Badgers take on Michigan. That game, they have Michigan by 11. That's the line right now. That'll be televised on ABC. So if you're at home right now viewing the action, here's what you do: you set up a dual deal going on. You put the Badgers and Michigan on one TV. You set up your computer or your iPad, or maybe you have a smart TV. Hook that up to the other one and watch the second half of this very exciting football game. Sam, what are some keys to the second half?
Oh, I think for Springs, I mean, they've been able to move the ball fairly well, but they've been making some crucial mistakes at bad times, whether it's been a fumble, an interception, a key holding penalty, simply just eliminating mistakes like that. And then for WLA, I'm not sure 3 points is going to win the game. So they need to maybe get a little more creative on offense. They haven't been able to get much going on the running game. Maybe try a couple more passes and play the consistent defense like they have been.
Special thanks to Two Week Flooring, Charter Call Center, Summit Automotive, FloorQuest. We think your Baker Cheese making $18.50 an hour. You can do that as well. Badger Tire, Taco Bell, Cornelli Convenience Store, Anders Auto Parts, AirTech, The Press Box, McNamara and Teal Insurance, O'Connor Wells and Vanderwerf LLC, Right Way Home Improvement, Radom & Stone and Landscape Company, Ignesian Healthcare, Fond du Lac Credit Union, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Geno's Italian, Aurora Healthcare, The Pump and Pantry, St. Mary Springs Academy, Scotty's Auto Works, Coal Oil, Propane and Coles BP, Dr. Kathy Kelly Doyle Dentistry, Summit Automotive, and, of course, all of us here at Radio Plus. This is your Badger Tire Halftime Report. Taco Bell Trivia. Congratulations to Kathy Schultz. She is the winner of our Taco Bell Trivia question. Brenda Schultz. Thank you, Robbie, at the studio. Brenda Schultz is the winner. Excuse me. Your answer, Sam. Divisions. WLA and Springs.
Well, divisions for WLA is the D5 and Springs is D6.
Winner, winner. Taco Bell dinner. A couple of tacos are yours. Brenda, congratulations. We'll take a timeout, come back with the second half after this. Video sports on RadioPlusInfo.com and coverage on the radio, 95.1 and 96.1 The Rock.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today.
Your local Erie agent is Jackson Call Insurance Services, 920-923-4020.
Nick Rush, Sam Olson, set to bring you the second half on a wet, soggy Saturday afternoon. Good news, Sam, I guess there's not a lot of wind.
Right.
And it's not all that cold.
Nope. But it is wet. It is slippery. It's not really coming down hard by any means, but it's enough to make the ball a little slick. So will it be interesting to see if it plays a role in the second half. It already has in the first.
If you are viewing today's action or watching today's action, shoot me an email, nickr@wfdl.com. Love to hear from you. nickr@wfdl.com. Carl Schmugi checking in from Saginaw, Michigan. We also have Greg Giles checking into the broadcast here this afternoon. Thanks, Greg. Working hard at the Fond du Lac Family YMCA. They had a great golf outing this past Friday at South Hills, right? Yeah. Good stuff with the Fond du Lac Family YMCA. Watching their grandson, Andrew Peterson of St. Mary Springs Academy from the comfort of their home. Good play-by-play. Appreciate the kind words and appreciate you being along here with us here this afternoon. Nick Rush, Sam Olson from the Fond du Lac Reporter set to bring you the second half. Vikings will kick it away to the Ledgers. Vikings will kick it. Mason Herkstroder to kick it away. 3-0 Viking lead. And an end-over-end kick. It'll be taken by Clay Scheffner. Scheffner to the 10-yard line. Angling 15 to the 20-yard line to the 25. Runs into a Viking special teams wall. Grant Menke was in on the stop, as was a host of others. Ledgers, 1st and 10, Sam.
Yeah, they get decent field position, about the 30, it looks like. So we'll see if they can sustain a couple sustain a drive here. They got a couple going towards the end of the first half, but weren't able to capitalize.
And here they come up to the line of scrimmage. Receivers are both ways here for the Ledgers. Ledgers, Blake Bauer will hand the football off. That one goes over on the right side. And I think that was Floyd. Yeah, 23 on the carry to the left-hand side. Doesn't get much. No gain on the play. Again, we talked about the field conditions, the turnovers, and the Vikings defense that has played well this afternoon and been put in some tough spots from time to time. And there is a handoff to Clay Scheffner, bowling his way past some arm tackles.
And we got a flag. I threw it right at the beginning of the play. It's got to be an illegal formation or motion or something like that.
Correction on my play-by-play call. Fenton Floyd was the ball carrier. That'll go against the Ledgers. Yeah, the Ledgers have not lost a conference game since the Omro loss last year. And that loss cost them the conference in the Flyweight Conference.
And that was a much different game than today. That was a shootout. Bauer had close to 400 yards passing that day, and Omro was running up and down the field. It's been anything but that today.
And they're going to push this football back here. It is 2nd down and 15 to go for Springs on your Ignition Bone and Joint House scoreboard. Again, your score as we just start the second half here. Ledgers trail the Vikings 3-0. Single coverage to this near side from the far hash. Blake Bauer, delayed handoff. He's got Fenton Floyd. Floyd seeing some daylight. Fenton Floyd off to the races. Flag is down, though. It's coming back, Sam. John Boggs pointing the other direction.
Yeah.
Floyd had some daylight, but why did he have that daylight?
Yeah, it's a couple holding penalties have killed him, so let's see if that's the case again.
Officials will wipe the football off here as they're getting some new footballs into the football game here. And they are going to bring the football back. Another hold against these Ledgers. At a 2nd down play, which got erased. Nice run by Fenton Floyd.
That delayed handoff has been successful for them so far today.
Because what happens is if you watch the ends for WLA, they come crashing down. So it works kind of like a screen because they'll delay things, and then they'll hand it off, and by that time, the ends are already past the line.
Right.
And it makes it work. It's just a timing thing. 2nd down and 20 from the 20-yard line. Ledgers on the move. Blake Bauer throwing right, and that's nearly intercepted. Mitch Wagner was Josh Moll was the intended receiver on the far side, and he bobbled it for a moment. That was almost danger.
Yeah, he should have caught the pass. It would have probably not gotten a ton of yards, but that almost was an interception, and that would have set up WLA in excellent field position.
3rd down and 20 to go from the 20-yard line with 59 seconds into the second half. The Ledgers trail the Vikings 3-0. A couple of wide receivers split out to the near side. Here's Blake Bauer, puts Mitch Wagner into motion now to the left-hand side. Delayed handoff again. They go Fenton Floyd. Floyd's got some daylight, and that daylight's going to close up as Ryan Cole came up to make a stop. And also Dylan Jurdy was in on the stop, too. It will be short of the 1st down. And the Ledgers are forced to punt for another time today.
It was a nice gain by Floyd, but when you're in a 3rd and 20 situation, a nice gain doesn't do it.
Gain of 12, 4th down and 8. Blake Bauer is the punter here for these Ledgers. And a couple of guys are back. I believe, Jurdy and Cole back deep to receive the punt. High snap taken down by Blake. He'll punt it away, end-over-end kick, and everybody's going to get away from it. And the Ledgers will down it at the 32-33. Vikings now with the lead and with the football up 3-0 on your Ignition Bone and Joint House scoreboard. Special thanks to Summit Automotive and Charter Call Center, Two-Week Flooring America, FloorQuest, and Holiday Chevrolet, Buick, GMC Cadillac. 1st down and 10. They'll split a wide out. Noah Lorenz is split to the near side. They'll go Mason Herkstroder far side with 2 running backs in the backfield. And Eric Schmitz will survey the defense. Eric will take it now. He will hand the football off right up the chute. I believe that's Jurdy. Yep, Jurdy first guy through, and he'll go for not much, 2nd down. Got to be impressed, Sam, with this defensive battle here this afternoon.
Absolutely. It was a little bit of a question coming in if WLA's defense would be able to stop the Ledgers, but they have.
I was intrigued all week by this matchup, and you know, both of these two teams, 42 per game for Springs and 38 a game for WLA offensively. But defensively, here's Eric Schmitz throwing to the left side. Schwark has got at the tight end. What a 5-yard crossing out pattern, and he'll be covered up there, and it's third down. You know, both of these two teams can put up some points. They combined, Sam, for 80 a game.
And
we've seen three.
Yeah, I mean, usually when you see something, you know, two good teams, more often than not, it's if they have good defenses, it often ends up turning into a defensive battle. But you look at the numbers and they're kind of eye-popping for both offenses, but the defenses are the one that they came to play today.
WLA gave up 18 to Laconia last week. That was the highest point total an opponent has dropped on WLA. Third down handoff. Doesn't get much there. And Fitton Floyd made the stop there, and that was Jacob Borgwart. It's fourth down. Maybe got a yard. Fourth down and 7.
And WLA has seemed content to just run the ball and, maybe kind of play the field position game. But they haven't got much going offensively other than the one time they got the ball deep in Ledger's territory.
Snap to Mason Herkstroder, the punter. That's going to be a nice kick. It'll back up, and they fumble the football. He dropped it, try to get back on top of it. He does. Then he's wrangled down. WLA's Ethan Guzzi. Guzzi gets right after Springs as Mitch tried to shake and bake back there. He dropped the football. Thing is slippery on the punts. We've seen that a number of times here this afternoon.
And that's the second time, actually, that Mitch has dropped a punt. I believe the first time they actually called the punt back for a penalty, but he had dropped it on that. Now the second time, so when he's back there, he needs to make sure he catches the ball before he starts running.
From the 22-yard line, Ledgers have the football back with a couple of backs in the backfield. We'll see what they can do on this stand against the Viking defense. Handoff now to Fitton Floyd. Floyd's got some running room, and he'll go to the near side, and he'll be brought down after Dylan Jurdy there to escort him down. A second down coming up here for the Ledgers.
And you can see the workload Floyd's gotten. He's basically all brown right now.
Gain of 9 on the play. Second down and 1. There has not been a huge play. We've seen some 20-plus yard runs, but nothing major over 30 yards. Bauer with twin backs in the backfield. Blake now will step up in the pocket. He's going to launch it down the far sidelines for his intended receiver. Incomplete. That is Joshua Mowell on the left-hand side,
kind of
right side.
Wobbler there. Mowell looked like he had a shot, but it was just a bit overthrown. I'm not sure if he kind of stopped his route a little bit or if he'd have kept running instead of jumped. He might have had a better shot.
They went for the home run there down the far side with third down and 1 now. That was second and 1 at the time, but let's see if the Ledgers elect to keep the football on the ground here and try to pick up a yard for the first down. Twin backs in the backfield here for the Ledgers. Ledgers will take the football now, and that's Fitton Floyd. And Fitton Floyd is going to get a first down. He got some momentum. Then it looked like he slipped, Sam, and fell.
Yeah, kind of scooted forward a couple extra yards, which obviously didn't count.
Yep. So gain of 2. Gets first down. 7:35 and counting left to go in this third quarter. On your Ignatian Bone and Joint Health scoreboard, again, your score, WLA 3 and Ledgers nothing. Handoff now. Goes for about 5 or 6. And we'll see Clay Scheffner on the carry on that play. Second down and 4.
And I think that's what Springs needs to do, in the second half, is run the ball consistently between the tackles, pound it. The plays that they've made mistakes on have usually been, on plays that are out to the outside or passes.
Twins both in the backfield. Now Fitton Floyd has got the football. Floyd's got daylight into Viking territory and finally brought down by Ryan Cole. Cole brings him down after he gains a nice play of about 20. Down inside the 45 to about the 42. 41. So they'll actually gain on the play 22 yards for number 23. To the near side, a couple of receivers split out, a couple of backs behind Blake Bauer in the formation. 6:28 left to go in the third quarter. 3-0 Vikings with the lead. And there's Blake, hands to Clay Scheffner. Scheffner following a Beto block, and he's popped and dropped. Michael Beto had a kick-out block, but the linebacker came up to make the stop. Second down. After a 3-yard gain by the Ledgers, second down and 7:06 to play, third quarter. 3-0 Vikings on your Ignesian Bone and Joint Health scoreboard. A lot of good hits, a lot of big-time tackles, good defensive game. And they'll bring Mitch into motion now. The handoff, nope. Bauer keeper, left side. Now they finally pitch it, and this pitch is going to go to Mitch Wagner. Wagner will take a big hit there. Ryan Cole was over there, but Brendan Coolbert came up. What a 9-yard gain. Well, actually more of a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, I think they marked him out. He ended up around the 30-yard line, but they're marking him out about 3 yards back.
Big play here on third down as the Ledgers have the football at the Viking 33-yard line. Third down and 1. Split backs behind Blake Bauer in the formation. Blake will turn and hand the football off to Fitton Floyd. Floyd's got the first down and more. Fitton Floyd getting knocked out of bounds at about the inside the 30-yard line. Brendan Coolbert there to make the stop. Gets first down. Needed 1, got 4.
And this is the part in the field where, Springs has struggled with offense. They've had a turnover and holding penalties that have killed drives. So for them, it's just about avoiding mistakes. They're moving the ball.
Drive started back at the 22-yard line. And out of the 7 plays on this drive, he's got 4 of them. And now Blake Bauer cutting it upfield. Blake will quarterback keep it himself. Get it near the 20-yard line. Yeah, out of the 8 plays now, half of them have gone to Fitton Floyd.
He is the workhorse. Scheffner certainly gets his carries, but when they need tough yards, Fitton is the guy that does it.
7-yard run by Blake Bauer. This is approaching Springs' longest drive, time-wise and play-wise, of the football game. Receivers both ways here against the Viking defense. Blake Bauer will hand the football off to Clay Scheffner. Scheffner meets a wall on the right side of the offensive line. Nice job on the left side of the defense by Guzzi. Guzzi came over to make a stop, and down is Tanner Haase, the captain of the Viking defense. Haase slow to get up, and he's going to come off for a play. 3:45 left to go here in this third quarter. Ignesian Bone and Joint House scoreboard says Vikings 3, Ledgers nothing. And Daves comes in now for the Vikings, and Tanner Haase will take a seat on the bench. He'll come out for a play.
It's a big play. Obviously, Tanner Haase, one of the leaders on the WLA defense, so we'll see if Springs can take advantage of his absence for this play at least.
Bauer will survey. Third down and 3. Bauer turns, hands. Clay Scheffner had him wrapped up behind the line, but Scheffner moves forward, and he'll get a big first down. They had a chance at him behind the line. It was an arm tackle, though.
Yep.
He fought right through it, kept his feet churning, and got down to about the 11.
Yep, it looks like about the 11. So they'll have a chance for a first down before scoring.
Needed 3, got 10 on third down. It's been the longest drive of the football game for these Ledgers. Blake Bauer on the move to the north end zone. Turns, hands football off to Fitton Floyd, and Floyd met right away and dropped. Dave's in on the stop. Coolibert came up to make a pop as well, as was Gideon Winning. Winning is playing for Eric Schmitz at his position on the defense for the Vikings. Schmitz, again, not playing defense here this afternoon. Second down and 10 after no gain by Floyd on the play. 2:50 left to go in the third quarter. Vikings defense trying to hold. Blake Bauer will fake the handoff. Blake looking to keep it himself. Blake cutting it upfield into the end zone. Touchdown, Springs. Blake Bauer had the option to pitch, Sam, decided to keep it himself and takes it in.
Yep, he had that option, and the defender leaned more towards the running back, and Bauer was able to cut it in and scoot past him, and no one was there to stop him. So obviously a very huge play, maybe the decisive play in the game so far.
11 plays. The drive spans 78 yards. And Blake Bauer takes it in from 11 yards out. Extra point kick is up, and it is good. And the Ledgers get their first lead of the football game. 7-3 Ledgers. Back after this on RadioPlusInfo.com and 95 and 96.1 The Rock.
I'm Jeremy Thiesfeld, and I'm running to be your voice in Madison.
What are people saying about Representative Thiesfeld?
I've known Jeremy for a long time, and he has a high degree of integrity and honesty. I know he will continue to work to cut government waste. Jeremy will fight here for us in the 52nd because he has our best interests at heart.
I am proud to represent such a family-friendly, benevolent community. I would be honored to continue to serve the 52nd District. I'm asking you for your vote on November 8th.
Authorized and paid for by citizens for Jeremy Thiesfeld.
Nick Rush and Sam Olson on the radio and on the video. Blake Bauer takes it in from 11 yards away, and Blake gives the Ledgers their first lead, and they lead now on your Ignesian Bone and Joint House scoreboard 7-3. Ledgers go 78 yards on 11 plays. Coolibert has it now, and he'll be brought down by Cade Christensen on the special teams unit. Ledgers again bring him down there. Vikings have it first and 10, but Sam, 11 plays, 78 yards. Bauer with that 11-yard quarterback run. We've seen him do that a couple of times. That exact play call was the call that he fumbled it on when he pitched it to nobody that was there.
Right. Yeah, that was obviously a miscommunication on that play because no running backs were looking. But, yeah, they go back to that play, and it works out for him this time.
Vikings went 3 and out their first time with the football in the second half. We'll see what they do on this possession, trailing 7-3. Schmitz has 3 wide out, split to the near side, and he'll play fake now. Schwark, intended receiver, the tight end, incomplete, but a flag is going to fly. That's going to be pass interference.
It looked like Maul got there just a bit early, and they'll get him for pass interference.
Maybe see if I can get a Badger score as we progress along here through the afternoon. Vikings have a road game at Mayville and a home game to Elmira to end their regular season. Both winnable games for these Vikings. Ledgers go to Laconia next week and then have Mayville at home at Fruth in their final game of the season. However, that Springs-Mayville game, that's actually a Thursday night because Fond du Lac has their homecoming the next night against Wisconsin Rapids. They'll pitch it over to Jacob Borgward. Borgward's got some running room now, and that is going to go for about 3 or 4. Brings up second down after a gain on the play. But some interesting things happening in that Valley Football Association South.
No kidding.
as Fond du Lac wins last night. Hortonville, they dropped their conference game. Fond du Lac becomes playoff eligible with the win last night. Schmitz from the gun with Jurdy flanked to his right. Schmitz rushes on, rolling right. Eric looking downfield, will throw it away. 3rd down and 7 for the Vikings. And if WLA can muster up something here and knock off Springs, that would make things really interesting in the Flyweight Conference.
Yeah, that would not be a result many people expected and would really create a logjam. So we'll see if they can do that, but there could end up being a split conference title situation if that does happen.
After the incompletion, 3rd down and 7, 1:39 left to play in the 3rd quarter. They have trips to the near side. Ball at the far hash. Wide side of the field toward us. Eric Schmitz surveys, taking it from the gun. Screen pass. He's got Jurdy. He's got the 1st down and more. Dylan Jurdy crossing midfield. And he will take it, Sam, all the way to about the 40.
Oh, nice play. We haven't seen them run that kind of play today. I think they kind of fooled the Springs defense a little bit there.
Play goes for 16 on 3rd down. Screen pass. Again, 1st down and 10. New set of sticks here for the Vikings. Moving toward the south end zone here on their home field. It's homecoming. Jurdy flanked to the right side. Schmitz design quarterback keeper. Eric's going to cut it upfield and be engulfed by the Ledger defense. Scheffner was over there and a host of others to make the stop, 2nd down.
He just really has not been able to get a lot of running room today against that Springs front 7. So, they might need to get a little creative, which they did with that screen pass. We'll see if they dial up some more plays we haven't seen from them this year.
2nd down and 9, under 30 seconds to play. This may be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Receiver split both ways for the Vikings. Ball right now spotted again at the 40-yard line. Schmitz has a couple of backs splitting him in the backfield. Pump fake one way, now still looking that same way, throwing it to Mason Herkstroder, incomplete. That was Mason. That was him, big-time ability down the field. Had coverage, had actually double coverage over there, but Mason, got a tall receiver but cannot haul it in. Credit them, they took a shot, 3rd down and 9.
Right, it was a good play call. Mason had maybe a half step on Wachter there, but the pass was just a tad overthrown and not able to connect.
It is 3rd down and 9. Trips to the near side. Schmitz with Jurdy in the backfield to the right side of him. Here's Eric from the gun. 3rd down and 9, scrambling around. Eric looking downfield, throwing, and that's incomplete. He had a receiver. He had Coolibert. Coolibert barking at the official that it was incomplete. He had his hands underneath the football, but they say no go. It's 4th down.
Yeah, you don't see emotion from that, from high school players too often directed towards the official, but Coolibert was pretty emphatic that he caught it, and the ref was pretty emphatic that he didn't. So
yeah, Coolibert actually, he was open. That would have been a 1st down. Yep. He was open by a couple of feet against against a defender, and they will punt 4th down. Here's Mason Herkstroder. Herkstroder's kick. It'll take a Viking bounce, and the Vikings are going to down it inside the 5. So you play the field position battle, and the Vikings say okay, and they kick it inside the 5.
Yeah, now Springs is backed up. They're in a situation where they can't really make any mistakes here. If they turn it over, they're basically giving WLA an easy shot at least a field goal or a touchdown. So have to be very careful with the ball in this situation.
A light mist continues to fall, as it has all afternoon, from Viking Field. Players are wet, but they're still playing football in this defensive battle. 7-3 Springs on your Ignatian Bone and Joint Health scoreboard. And here's Blake Bauer. Bauer is going to keep it himself. Here's Blake. Blake got popped, and he'll go down now as he gets back up near the 10. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter coming back to Viking Field after this on 95 and 96-1. The Rock, your score at the end of 3. Springs 7, WLA 3. 95 and 96.1 The Rock, and video streamed at radioplusinfo.com.
Ball's at the 7-yard line, 2nd and 6 to start the final quarter.
Viking Field, Nick Rush, Sam Olson. We have a 2nd down and 6 for the Ledgers. Ledgers backed up deep in their own territory, and there's the handoff to Fitton Floyd. Floyd running through a couple of arm tackles and finally brought down near the first down marker. Yeah, he got it. First down for the Ledgers. Let's see if Springs can draw up another long drive like they did on that last possession where the drive went 11 plays and spanned 78 yards. But more importantly, Sam, it ate up a lot of clock.
Right, and they kept most of their plays on the ground that last drive, and I anticipate them doing the same here.
Again, that last one goes for 7 yards. And there's another running play for Fitton Floyd. He'll go ahead, and he will get 4 yards on the play. If you're just joining us, let's kind of recap some things for you here. Vikings blocked a Springs field goal. That was Springs' first opportunity to score. Then the Ledgers missed another field goal. Vikings finally connected on a field goal in the second quarter. Your score at the half was 3-0 WLA. Springs then went on a long 11-play drive, and there's Blake Bauer with the option. He'll keep himself and be brought down by Daves and by Dylan Jurdy and a couple of other blue shirts in the backfield. Again, Springs went on a long drive to take the lead 7-3. That was in the third quarter. And it's third down now.
A very big third down here. Be interesting to see if Springs keeps it on the ground to burn more clock, or if they go to the air.
It is third down and 5 at 10:35 left to go in this football game. Defensive battle 7-3, the Ledgers with the lead. Bauer will survey the defense. Blake will turn, hand the football off to Clay Scheffner. Scheffner got stopped behind the line but keeps his feet moving. Got near the first down marker. I think he's short.
I think he's short, but he got a lot closer than it initially looked like he was going to get.
He ran through a couple of arm tackles in the backfield. Officials will call for a timeout here and kind of reset some things. And there's an equipment stop, a play as a lineman got his helmet popped off. But it is fourth down. And the Ledgers, Sam, will punt.
And WLA will have a shot. They got the ball moving a little bit on their last drive. So they should have relatively good field position, I would think, unless there's a monster punt here. I would think they'd have the ball close to the 50.
Blake Bauer is the punter. This is the most we've seen Springs punt in quite some time. Have to go back to, there's a flag that's going to fly. And if this is against WLA, that's going to give them a first down. But it is against Springs, though. They'll back it up.
Yeah, it was a false start. I think the long snapper, I think, dropped the ball, actually.
Let me know where you're listening from here on the broadcast this afternoon. Nick R. at WFDL.com. Good having you along, Sam, today.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
You're dry. You're up in the box.
I'll take it.
All right. It is 4th down and 6. Again, Bauer is the kicker. Coolibert is back deep to receive the kick. Blake will step into one, a swing of the right leg, and here it is. Fair catch called. He'll haul it in at the 46-yard line, so can't ask for much better than that with field position if you're the Vikings.
Right, they have a very good field position and a short field to drive and potentially take the lead here. So it was actually a pretty good punt, too, by Blake Bauer. It could have been even better field position.
You wonder if you're WLA here, do you get creative? We've seen the screen pass work. Mason Herkstroder does not have, I think he has one catch. I know that Coolibert has a catch as well. And here's Schmitz with the option. Eric keeps himself the right side and going nowhere. And, you know, when you're an option team and you keep it on the ground as much, and he comes up limping right now, and you keep it on the ground as much as what WLA does, the field conditions play even a bigger part of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of tough to gain your footing here for WLA. We've seen a couple players slip when running, and for Eric, he's a power running quarterback, so he needs that traction.
Couple of backs in the backfield. They'll split Eric Schmitz. Borgwart and Jurdy in the backfield, and they'll go a fake handoff. Now play action. Here's throwing off his back foot, incomplete.
Yeah, he got nothing into that throw, and he is really looking ginger out there. Yeah, that one wasn't even close off the back of his foot.
Schmitz, incomplete pass. It is 3rd down and 9 for the Vikings. Screen play, maybe?
Yeah, could be. We saw him run that play out of the trips formation last time.
Yep. They have capable receivers, do the Vikings. We'll see what the Vikings do here with a 3rd down and 9 against the stout Ledger defense. 7-3 Ledgers with the lead. Vikings had the lead in the first half before the Ledgers popped one in the 3rd quarter. Jurdy is to the left-hand side of Schmitz. They have 3 receivers split out to the wide side. And play action. Here's Eric Schmitz rolling around. He's going to look right, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. Throw it away. Doesn't look like Schmitz can do much.
No, I don't know if he got his ankle twisted or if he aggravated his foot injury the last time he ran the ball, but he looks like he's struggling out there.
It's going to bring up 4th down. Vikings will punt it away. Ledgers will send a couple of white shirts back deep. Mason Erkstroder is the punter. And there's Herkstroder. Herkstroder's punt. Nice kick. It'll be taken by Springs. Mitch Wagner's got the football now. And he'll cross his way past the 30 and be covered up there. And the Ledgers have the football now with a 1st down and 10. And the lead, 7-3. We'll see what the Vikings defense can do here, if they can force a 3-and-out. But they have a couple of wide outs split for the Ledgers. A couple of backs in the backfield now for Springs. And here's a delayed handoff, and Fenton Floyd's got running room. Fenton Floyd crossing his way into Viking territory. Fenton Floyd will bang his way forward for 19, 20, 21, 22 yards.
And the delayed handoff works again for Springs. We've seen that 3 or 4, maybe 5 times this game where Floyd has gotten some pretty sizable gains, and once again he gets another one right there.
From the 47-yard line, the Ledgers are in Viking territory. Receivers both ways here. Blake Bauer. Bauer hands the football off. They tried the delayed handoff, But this time the Vikings were on the backfield. Jurdy right away to bring him down.
Yeah, they blitzed on the play and blew that one up before it had a chance to even get started.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. 95 and 96.1 The Rock. Gets a good chunk of that back. Got about 10 of that back, Sam, in front of the Ledger bench.
Right, still sets up a very important third down play here, but a much more manageable one.
As the football goes from the 47 down to from the to the 44-yard line, I should say, after a nice gain on the play. Under 7 minutes to play. Big third down and 6 go here. Receivers both ways as the rain picks up from Viking Field. Blake Bauer stops play, and the flag flies. And there's going to be an illegal motion, a false start against the Ledgers. That'll back it up now. If there's a time that you got to dig down deep, it's right now.
Absolutely, yeah. It's 6:46 left in the fourth. WLA is not going to have many more opportunities after this, so they need to make a stop here.
It's third down and long to go for the Ledgers. Blake Bauer will look downfield. Blake will fire. He's got his receiver, Josh Mull, who's mauled at about the 45-yard line. And there's the defensive stand you wanted, and it's going to bring up fourth down, and we'll see what the Ledgers do here. I think they're going to punt.
Yeah, I would assume they'll try to pin WLA back. At the 43-yard line right now, so try to get maybe a 30 to 35-yard punt.
Blake Bauer is the kicker. We have under 6 minutes to play from WLA on their homecoming game. And Blake is going to step into one, and they almost block it. There's a flag on the play, and that's going to be a big-time penalty against WLA. Schwark came busting through.
And that will give them a first down.
Yeah. Eric Schwark came busting through. Bauer kicked it away. They're going to call running into the kicker. There's a personal foul, and there's a Vikings mishap causing a Ledger first down. Second time the Vikings have given the Ledgers a first down via penalty this afternoon, but this is a costly one. Costly mishap for the Vikings.
And Schwark was close to blocking that punt. If he'd have gotten a finger on it, it would have been a block punt. It wouldn't have been a running into the punter, but he did not.
It's first down and 10 from the 28-yard line, and there's Fenton Foy taking it to the left-hand side. And a defender took Floyd with him for a couple of feet there and drops him. Gain on the play of 2. Second down and 8 with the 5-minute mark looming from WLA. Five minutes and change left to go. The rain and damp field is a factor today. And here's Blake Bauer. Clay Scheffner now runs through an arm tackle, but he's brought down by Daves. Gain of 2. Third down again. Third down and 6. We have under 5 minutes left to play in this football game.
Interesting here to see if Springs does not get this first down, if they try to attempt a field goal from this distance, or if they'll go for it on fourth.
That would be a 43-yarder. That'd be long.
Yeah.
Here we go. Third down and 6, 4:20 left to go in the football game. Blake Bauer will take it himself, the left-hand side, and he'll get the first down and more to the 10-yard line, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Ledgers. He takes it in, Sam, from 24 yards away.
It was another option play there. It looked like it actually somewhat looked like a broken play. He stuck the ball out, and there was no one there, and he just pulls it back in and scoots around the left side, and no one was there to stop him.
Another time-consuming drive, and this one goes for 69 yards. It spans 6 plays, but they ran into the kicker on 4th down. 2-point conversion is no good.
Yeah,
Ledgers
appeared to be a bad snap there.
Yep. Ledgers 13, Vikings 3 on your Ignition Bone and Joint House scoreboard. And a Ledger is down right now, and that is Jake Barr. We'll take a timeout, come back after this on 95 and 96.1 The Rock.
At the Ignition Health Shop, find all your home medical and respiratory needs under one roof. Women's health, mom and baby products, mobility devices, specialty items, and a full line of Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes for men and women. Our respiratory and sleep services offer both home oxygen and products for those diagnosed with sleep apnea. And the friendliest associates will help you select just the products you need and assist you with billing questions. Visit us at our new location, 307 Camelot Drive in Fond du Lac. Ignition Healthcare. You're never far from good health.
Got popped as he gathered the kick and took it forward. Again, Blake Bauer, a 24-yard run. Springs 13, WLA 3 on your Ignition Bone and Joint House scoreboard. Again, the play of the game was the running into the kicker. You hate to say it was a penalty, but that would, honorable mention for the play of the game, of course, but Blake Bauer with his second rushing touchdown of the afternoon. And let's see what they can do with 4:06 left to go, and they're down by 10 points. Eric Schmitz diving on the football as it was a low snap. It got away from Eric. And he'll recover the fumble there. 2nd down and 15 after a loss of 5.
And if WLA is going to have any shot of coming away with a win here, they have to score in this drive. There's no other way around it. So look for them to maybe try a couple bigger plays.
Officials are going to change footballs here and stop play momentarily. Anders Auto Parts has our postgame show. We will get you some final thoughts on this football game, and you can check our podcasting page for both head coaches' comments after today's game. 3:35 left to go. Backs will split Schmitz in the backfield. Eric will look one way, can't find a receiver open, and he throws it away. 3:26 left to go. It is 3rd down for the Vikings. That last score by Springs took the wind out of the sails here, Sam.
Yeah, they had. WLA was hanging with them. Leading 3-0 for a good part of the game, and Springs has been able to kind of finish their drives this second half, which they didn't do in the first, and now WLA is definitely in a hole, which I'm not sure they'll be able to crawl out of.
6 plays, 69 yards, 24-yard run by Blake Bauer. Makes it a 10-point cushion again for Springs. with Jurdy to the right side of Eric Schmitz. Schmitz with 4 wideouts. Eric going to throw it now. Screen pass intercepted by Springs. Intercepted by the Ledgers. There is going to be your nail in the coffin. That ball was intercepted by Ottery. Ottery picks off the screen pass. Looked like Schmitz was throwing off his back foot again. Just can't put maybe any pressure on that left foot.
Right, and you almost wonder with the schedule they have coming up if they just don't give him a break next week. You know, if they think they can come away with a win without him, he just does not look like himself, and you don't want him to be playing 50% the rest of the year.
And there's a stop of play on the field. A timeout will be called by WLA. 3:19 to go from Viking Field on their homecoming game. It is 13-3 Ledgers. Back after this on 95 and 96.1 The Rock.
At the Agnesian Health Shop, find all your home medical and respiratory needs under one roof. Women's health, mom and baby products, mobility devices, specialty items, and a full line of Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes for men and women. Our respiratory and sleep services offer both home oxygen and products for those diagnosed with sleep apnea. And the friendliest associates will help you select just the products you need and assist you with billing questions. Visit us at our new location, 307 Camelot Drive in Fond du Lac. Agnesian Healthcare. You're never far from good health.
95 and 96.1 The Rock. Video streamed at radioplusinfo.com. We'll catch up with our radio audience in just a couple of moments here. .319 left to go. 13-3. Ledgers with the lead. Ledgers have the football. Fitton Floyd has got it. Fitton Floyd cutting it upfield. And he'll be brought down after a runoff of left tackle. It is second down and goal to go for the Ledgers. The score will not indicate how close this game was. Again, Ledgers trailed 3-0 at the half, but a couple of nice drives in the second half put the football game away. Fitton Floyd is going to take it. He's met right away by WLA, and that's Tanner Haase to drop him after a gain on the play. It's going to bring up third down and goal to go with 2:25 left to go from Viking Field. Anders Auto Parts, that's our post-game show. Your close call from Everson and Associates. Get to some final thoughts after the football game here today. Couple of wide-out split for the Ledgers, and Blake Bauer will hand the football off to Clay Scheffner. Nope. Fitton Floyd. Floyd stops shy of it. It's fourth down. 1:50 left to play. And it looks like they're going to kick it here. Work on their field goal game. Timeout taken by WLA. We'll take a timeout with WLA and come back to Viking Field after this on 95 and 96.1 The Rock. Vikings are going to fall on their homecoming game, but you have to be pleased with the fight. Just didn't go their way. Some miscues, some turnovers. And it'll be taken as they have a handoff on the kickoff. 1:35 left to go here from WLA. Got to be happy with the fight at least, huh?
Right. Yeah, the WLA played well. They kept Springs in check. It's just they couldn't hold them down in the second half. Springs is just a very, very good football team. So WLA definitely gave it their best shot today. Just not enough against Springs, which not many teams have enough against Springs.
Yep. We'll recap the scoring coming up for you. Part of the Anders Auto Parts postgame show. Schmidt still in there at quarterback as the Vikings have the football with a 20-3 deficit. Eric is going to throw it now to the right side. Jacob Borgward will haul it in. Borgward hauls it in there, and they'll get some nice passing yards on the play. Again, Vikings don't have a lot of offense here in the second half. Ledger's defense really came out nicely in the second half to play. And that one will go for 8 yards, under 90 seconds left to play. But with this win, Springs improves to 4-0 in conference, and they'll go to 7-0 overall. Didn't Darlington throw up like 80 last night?
I think so.
And there's the shotgun snap, and that's going to be incomplete. And with 1:25 left to go.
At Darlington,
it's 3rd down and 2.
Darlington, they've been putting up some massive numbers. You do have to kind of take it, I think, with a little bit of a grain of salt. Their competition over there isn't as good as what Springs has faced, but you still have to be impressed by how much they're scoring.
Yep. Darlington Redbirds. Springs has met Darlington the last 2 times in the Division VI State Football Championship at Camp Randall. Schmitz got tripped up as he tried to take it along the left-hand side. Clock continues to roll here. It's 4th down for the Vikings, and they're going to go for it here. Time winding down in this flyaway conference football game. Vikings will have their homecoming tonight. Jacob Borgwart, Ellison Binder, Mackenzie Belke, Travis Clary, Sarah Jacobs, Ethan Guzzi, Miriam Roker, Eric Schmitz, Catherine Teskey, and Zach Wright make up the homecoming court for the Vikings.
A lot of standout athletes there for WLA.
Yep. Timeout taken by WLA. That is their final timeout of the half with 43.5 to play. Back after this, high school football on 95 and 96.1 The Rock. Field, Nick Rush and Sam Olson. A long football game this afternoon.
You had that extended halftime with homecoming.
Yep. 4th down and 4. Vikings going to go here with 43.5 left to play, trying to get one last couple of offensive plays in here for WLA. Schmitz with the ball fake one way, Rush is on. They're going to throw. Jurdy fell down on a slippery field, and it's a turnover on downs. And I believe the Vikings will let the Ledgers take a knee here. 38.1 seconds left to go. Take one knee, the football game will be over as the Vikings cannot stop the clock as they're out of timeouts. And Blake Bauer and company will move to 7-0 on the season. The Vikings will lose their second consecutive football game now. They're 2-2 in the conference and 5-2 overall. Laconia now 3-1 in the conference and 6-1 overall. Ledgers are in victory formation, and Blake Bauer drops to a knee. And your final score from Viking Field is going to be 20-3 in favor of the Ledgers on your Ignatian Bone and Joint Health scoreboard. Coming up, your Anders Auto Parts postgame show. 95-96 won the Rock, so hang on for that. And any final thoughts here, Sam, on the football game this afternoon?
It was a good game. Springs WLA, they fought hard. They just didn't have the horses to keep up with Springs today.
Again, your final score 20-3. Ledgers with the win over the Vikings. We will now break our video stream coverage. We'll come back on the radio side with your Anders Auto Parts postgame show. This is high school sports on 95-96 won the Rock. 96 won the Rock. 96 won the Rock. 96 won the Rock.